The moment I spotted Lisa's dirt-caked boots swinging over the fence, I knew trouble had burrowed its way into my life. Her body disappeared below ground, like some urban mole in designer leggings, tunneling under my property line in Pinewood, Oregon, on a crisp October morning in 2024. The audacity of it carving a shortcut through my backyard to cut a minute off her daily jog hit me like a slap. For months, I'd battled her and her cronies in the neighborhood association, patching holes, reinforcing fences, and deflecting their endless schemes. But this was next-level madness. The grinding of her cheap shovel against gravel, mixed with her muttering about overpriced lots and pedestrian nonsense, gave her away. By the time her head popped up through a dirt mound in my yard, her blonde hair tangled in a smudged green cap askew, I was waiting, coffee in hand, eyebrow raised to the heavens. "Morning, Lisa," I said, voice calm but dripping with sarcasm. "Lose your way." She froze, half in, half out of her tunnel, eyes narrowing. "It's just a shortcut," she snapped, as if that justified everything. "I'm late for Pilates. This is public land anyway, right? Your fence is new." Her voice grew louder, like volume could rewrite property deeds. I sipped my coffee, glancing at the steel posts I'd cemented last spring after she'd claimed my lawn for a community herb garden. "No, Lisa," I said coolly. The surveyor settled that. "You're on my land now." Her gaze turned calculating, her usual tactic. If she wanted something, it was her right. She mumbled about association rules not banning tunnels, but I cut her off with a smile. "Head back before you track mud on my deck," I said. She glared, kicked dirt, and vanished in her burrow, muttering about lawsuits. That tunnel wasn't a one-off. Lisa had reinforced it with plywood and stakes 4 feet wide, with ATV tracks leading to Ida, full-blown highway. My fence was battered, boards pried loose. I snapped photos, knowing evidence was my armor. She started using it daily, popping up with her yappy terrier or live-streaming her shortcut for her association chat, even planting a shared path sign by my shed. The neighborhood association sent a vague letter about dialogue, but talking to Lisa was like reasoning with a hurricane. I needed to plan something bold, legal, and final. I called my buddy Jake, who worked at a concrete company in nearby Salem. "You want to fill a tunnel?" He laughed when I explained. "Lisa's tunnel? Say no more. I'll bring the truck Saturday. No charge." I set up trail cams, reinforced the fence, and double-checked my permits. Saturday morning, Jake's cement truck rumbled in, and just as we aimed to shoot, Lisa's ATV screeched out of the tunnel. She stormed over, face red, demanding answers. "Property maintenance," I said, hand on the lever. "Feel free to live stream this." She screamed about the association, but I pulled the lever and cement poured, thick and relentless, sealing her tunnel forever. Neighbors watched, some with binoculars, as the gray tide erased her shortcut. It was more than revenge, it was a statement. But Lisa didn't quit. 3 days later, she marched into my house with 2 association members, Ellen and Mike, clutching bylaws like a weapon. "You destroyed a community pathway," she declared, claiming her tunnel was a historical right. I laid out my evidence photos, videos, surveys, and watched her falter. Ellen looked worried. Mike seemed scared. Lisa pivoted, claiming the tunnel was a mobility aid. I shut her down, suggesting city inspectors check her construction. They left, rattled, and I laughed, but I knew she'd be back. Sure enough, a lawyer's letter arrived, accusing me of emotional distress and demanding I reopen the tunnel. My attorney, Sarah, called it creative nonsense, but warned of a fight. Lisa's campaign grew, wilder city complaints, social media rants, even a new construction project, a massive garden ramp by my fence, complete with rebar and noise. When it collapsed, spilling debris into my yard, I called inspectors, who issued citations and halted her work. At the association meeting, I presented my case: calmly, code violations, safety risks, and neighbor complaints. The board voted to stop her projects, and Lisa stormed out, defeated but not done. Days later, she filed a lawsuit, claiming I'd blocked a vital community artery. In court, Sarah's evidence videos of Lisa's trespassing. My permits crushed her case. The judge dismissed it, warning Lisa to stay off my land. Neighbors cheered, but Lisa lingered, snapping photos for a new survey. The board finally ousted her, and peace returned. My yard healed, and as I toasted the sunset, Lisa passed by, glaring. I raised my glass. Some lines can't be crossed. What would you do if a neighbor tunneled under your yard? Should HOAs have more power to stop road projects? Or do they already meddle too much? Comment, like, and subscribe for more wild neighbor tales.